evening, guys. Dave Fam here, aka McGiddy Fat Fat. Guess what, guys? I like to travel, and I always go to IKEA, and I get this thing called a Swedish meatball with Lincolnberries that they make. I mean, it's not really that good there, but I was like, you know, this is kind of be tasty if I make it properly. So I came home, researched, and I found a recipe that I like, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it. It's very quite simple. Take some ground beef here. This bowl is actually too small. We swap to a bigger bowl. My bigger bowl here. Very simple ingredients, guys. Some ground beef, some onions, some seasonings, some butter, some beef stock, panko, and that's it. Alright, set this bad boy to the side here. Dice our onion. Finely minced, guys. You guys want this like almost gone inside of our beef, you know? Put that to the side. But I'm not really good, so my knife skills, that's why we're just gonna let this into it. And hopefully crush it up a little bit, you know? We want this finely minced out. You guys don't want to get the dried stuff because then there's no that moisture from the onions, because then it'll just be dried onions. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want that stuff. You guys want some moisture from the onions to add more flavor, more moisture to the beef. Ah, looks good enough to me. Here's our beef. Put our onions in there. Work it in. Alright. Next, our seasoning. Allspice. You gotta get them on there. You guys want to be able to taste it. Next, nutmeg. You guys will be surprised how simple but bold these flavors are. And that's a little worcheshire to this. Just a little tad, alright? This stuff goes a long way. Just like that. A little splash. Oh, forgot a spoon for my Grey Poupon. What am I doing, guys? What am I doing? Come on, slacking. Slacking, guys. Guys, we want the Grey Poupon in here, alright? But a little, like, just a little smidge. Not too much. It's got a lot of flavors in it. Alright, from here, let's give it a little quick toss and add our egg. Guys, this is McGiddy's kitchen. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Get my hand up in there. You know what I'm talking about? Get that up in there. Mix this bad boy. So we're going to stir this up a little bit. We're going to mix this up so it's all incorporated. And then we'll add some breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs is the binder here, guys. And it's going to make the meatballs more tender. Oh, don't want to lose the meat there. Alright. Once it's all incorporated, add the meatball. Add our breadcrumbs. Panko. Flavorless. And just adds enough in there to bind. I like to add a little bit more than people claim, just because it makes this for a more tender meatball. I've learned like that. And if your ground meat, your ground beef here is a little too lean, you guys can always add a little bit more oil to create a little bit more fat. Mine looks a little weak here, you know, a little not too fatty. But I'm trying to watch my calories, so it's alright. Alright. Once this is all incorporated, turn your oven on. Set that bad boy to the side, wash your hands. So next, we're going to add a nice pat of butter. Like, I'm talking about a nice pat. We're going to use it to cook and to create our roux all in one pan, guys. Get that up in there. Low heat, guys. Right now we want low, slow heat. Low and slow heat, right? So that butter doesn't burn while we ball these meatballs. Alright. I like about, I don't know, that size of meatball. Let me show you guys again. Voila. Just throw them in there. The bigger you make them, the less meatballs you serve. the smaller meatballs, the more meatballs you have to serve on a plate. No big deal. You want to make them all a little bit more uniform in size, right, guys? Because that way, they'll cook more evenly. A few more. I got about 3 left here. Alright. We're also looking at some 2 meatballs. Boom and boom. Now that we have our meatballs in the stove, let's get started. Turn up the heat a little bit. Cook these meatballs. Shake it around. Flip them a little bit once they get start browning on the one side. So while these are starting to cook, let me tell you guys a little story about those meatballs again. So I go to IKEA a lot. My brother and his girlfriend, basically my sister-in-law already, they're just waiting to get married, you know. They like to go to IKEA. They like the more modern styled furniture from IKEA. And you know, McGiddy Fat me. Anywhere I travel, I'm looking for food. Doesn't matter, man. It's a furniture store or home furnishing store, I'm looking for food, guys. I'm always on the hunt. So I go into IKEA, these meatballs, like they have a sign out front, Swedish Meatballs and Lincolnberries. I'm like, sounds kind of good. So I go and buy them. And they're not really like meatballs. It's very tender. It's like as if they took like a paste of flour or something and created a meatball. So you don't really get the beef. You don't really get the meat flavor. It's more like a, I don't know, vegetarian style meatball. So we're just gonna keep turning these bad boys until they cook all the way brown around all the edges, and they'll cook all the way through. And don't worry if they start breaking on you guys a little bit, because you want them to be tender, soft. So it's alright if they break. You know they're tender. And they're soft, luscious meatballs. But you still want them to be able to hold together though. Alright? So once all the meat has been cooked, all the way around, and this cooks fairly fast. The beef cooks very quickly. And especially if you ball it like my size, it's fast, it's easy to cook. You see that? Alright, so while that's finishing cooking up, I'm going to dice this onion real quick and we'll toss right in the rest of it. Throw it in there. More flavor, guys, more flavor. Give this a quick little toss. Oh, I forgot. Get flour. We gotta build a roux inside this. Oh, check out these meatballs, guys. GBD, golden brown and delicious. Look at them. They're browning. Perfect. Wow. Check that out. Check that out. If this isn't the best meatballs you guys ever tasted, Swedish style, leave a comment below and tell me which one's better. Because I believe these are pretty good. Alright. So those meatballs, back to my IKEA story. Yeah, they're not that great. So we still get it though. So my brother and his girlfriend, my sister-in-law, says, yo, you gotta create one, bro. I'm like, alright, I got you guys. Oh, sorry guys, I only got so much flour left, so I'm making a mess today. Come on. I think that's about enough flour. Put that bad boy to the side here. You know what? go behind us. That's better. Alright. So we're building a roux. If you guys don't know what a roux is just equal parts flour, equal parts fat. I use butter and the fat from the meatballs from the beef. They got released. And we want to cook this down to like, I guess, a darkish brown color. Not like a dark brown, but like a brown. Not like a tan, you know? Not a tan. How about a burnt tan? You ever seen those girls or the dudes that go to tanning salons? Ugh, that's what I'm looking for. Those dark burnt tans. Because we want to cook out the flour flavor. We don't want to be able to taste all that nasty grittiness. That's no good. From here, once this turns, we're gonna add it. We're gonna add to it. I'm sorry. Beef stock to create a gravy. Oh, there you go. You guys see it? It's starting to change color now. It's starting to turn darker. Yeah, so those meatballs, give it a try and compare it to my recipe here. Go to IKEA, buy some furniture, give it a try those meatballs. Hey, I still eat it every single time I go in there, guys. Let me tell you. There's just something about it. I don't know. I don't get it. But I still eat it every single time. Alright, that looks good. Alright guys, everything that we added into the meatballs, we're going to add back into our gravy. Some nutmeg, some allspice, worcheshire, except Dijon, because I don't want it. I don't like too much mustardy tang in my gravy. Wow, there it is. There it is, thickening now. Look, oh, just incorporate all of it. Once you incorporate it, give it a little taste, you know. Let's see. Need salt. Now add some cream. Boom. And we're finished. There it is. If you like yours a little bit thicker, you know, add a little less beef broth, or you can reduce it. Mine's a little thin right now. It's going to reduce. That's going to be perfectly rich and thick. Because I want my meatballs to soak in all the flavors from the gravy. Become a creaminess. That's why. Because if you're in a rush, just, you know, make less broth and tighten it real fast with the roux, and it'll be thick to serve over anything. Spaghetti, pasta spaghetti, you know, cook a bed of spaghetti and just pour this bad boy over it. I serve it over a bed of mashed potatoes. Hey, whatever your world wants, it's up to you. We'll let that simmer for another 5 minutes and we're ready to eat. Alright guys, after everything has been simmered and it's thickened just enough as I want it, and all the meatballs have soaked in all the nice juicy flavors, we're going to add this on there like that. 1, 2, like I said, if you guys want it thicker, just add more roux. Equal parts, equal flour. That's it. Simple as is. Mine's just enough so I can drizzle like a nice sauce. Nice saucy gravy. Check that out. Wowzers. One more. Alright guys. Serve it as is, over pasta, whatever you want. Usually I put a little parsley on there for more greens to be more appetizing for the video, for the picture. But I don't really have any of that today. So there you guys have it. Perfect Swedish meatballs with a nice rich gravy made with cream and love. Get it? Alright guys. If you guys enjoyed that, that's called Swedish meatballs. Served over mashed potatoes. You know, take a look at it. It looks pretty good. So if you guys enjoyed that video, please hit that like button for me, guys. You guys know what to do. Click that like button. If you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys think about that dish right there. Swedish meatballs served with mashed potatoes. And lastly, don't forget to hit the bell notification icon up here. See you in the next videos. Thanks, guys.